a +3 shield.
Whoa.
And while you are wearing that shield, crits, blah, blah, blah. Once per long rest, crits are re-rolled against you.
Whoa. I think I'm gonna take a set of adamantine.
Okay.
Just to get rid of crits, because it doesn't affect my armor class at all, which is weird. Like the difference between wearing
What you
some
have.
half plate, like I'm just in clothing right now. I'm just running off of just unarmored defense for the most part.
But yeah,
If
you
I
can,
switch to it, it literally stays the exact same.
because you can just take some half-plate adamantine.
Not me. This mithril plate fucking jacked me up. I'm looking good.
What about you,
Although
Cursed?
I no longer have my gold armor, so whatever.
While they're doing their shit, before I get into the whole armor thing, I want to cast Commune with Nature as a ritual.
On.
It's Commune with Nature. It just, the way it works is, because I have it as a barbarian, it summons a spirit of a bear, and I can basically ask it for 3 specific types of information that is listed in the spell, and it can tell me whatever within it about those influences or those pieces of nature within 300 feet radius. Like, so, I.
Are you doing this before you travel back, so you're at the wall, or are you?
No, I want to go. I want to go back to the group just so that I'm not alone. But it's within 300 foot.
That's what I'm about to look at.
Yeah, it's well within range. Everything was within, or a large portion of this is in range. So, what I want to ask it is, let me think here. I know what I want. Plants and materials, powerful celestial beings. Yeah, so what I want to ask it is, I want to ask it about the terrain and bodies of water, like the sludge. I want to ask...
We'll go one at a time. So yeah, as you start to sit down and commune with the nature sphere, you said it's a bear. For bear totem, makes sense.
Yeah.
You see this spectral bear almost like come out of the fire and looks down at you. Yes, my kin. What can I do for you?
Can you tell me about the nature around here?
Corrupt, oozing blackness, twisted and defiled. Hate.
And then influence from other planes of existence.
Being beyond my comprehension. Blackness. Seething from the greater beyond.
I guess I'll ask about powerful plants, fae, fiends, elementals, or undead. See what we could theoretically be up against.
So powerful otherworldly creatures.
List those again.
Celestials, fae, fiends, elementals, and undead.
Anything otherworldly, basically.
Technically counts as undead, so that does work. For the night, I'm assuming...
Anything within the 300-foot radius. It's, it just says within 300-foot radius. Doesn't say that I have to be specific with what it is. My main goal is get as much information on everything that's happening, especially with the thorns and the night. That's the 2 main things I'm after, but I want information on the whole area, if I can. Obviously, the spirit is going to be limited by what it knows.
So for the thorns, can it say more than one answer to a question?
Yeah, it doesn't say it's limited.
Okay.
Well, normally the spell says I immediately gain the knowledge of the surrounding area, but for the barbarian, it's themed as like it's communicating.
So the plants themselves, this is for the plants, wicked, oozing deceit, what was once holy protection of nature, defiled in its irrelevance, never ending so long as its mother remains. And then the knight up there, Stronk.
Yeah.
Not alive.
So he isn't undead.
Cascaded in the same darkness that I do not understand. Creature, serpentine from the great beyond. And then the fire around the bear shines not unlike stars in the night sky beyond. Have that being your third question, I'll kind of just like disappear.
Mm-hmm. Now, am I the only one who got this information, or was it like clear?
No, that's
was
everyone
it communicated
around.
outwardly?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So everybody now knows what we just heard.
And the half orc, half dwarf, listen to
Dwark.
all that. Dwark,
Yeah,
the dwark, that work. The dwark hears all that and he's like, well, that all sucks.
Yeah.
A being from beyond the stars, that's when you get into like some warlock outer phase shit.
Wait, if he's a
Turns it-
dwarf, then I'm a jork.
There you go.
I turned to Ensley. I was like, and I'm like, hey, don't you have some connection to somebody or something from the from another dimension?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I mean, in
Yeah.
Alista, back in the Fae, there was a crack to like the outer realms where like weird shit come from. Is that what
In
you're talking
Alista
about?
or Alluvia?
Or Luvia.
Yeah.
Or which one turned on me? In Alista.
No, it was Alluvia.
Olivia turned on it.
Sorry,
Yeah.
the
And
name's
Alista was your campaign.
yeah. So Alluvia.
The only thing that Bill has that like, well, he does have just his ability as technically like the fucking Fae King. He can like commune with the Fae itself, but what he'll get out of it is like fucking,
Correct.
place your bets. But yeah,
But
I mean,
I do know of the crack where the outer realms was housed within the Fae.
correct. I will say this. If you would like to try to tap into that source, I will let you, and then I will let you roll to see what happens.
All right, I'll give it a shot just because Carson's saying so. I trust his advice. What do I need to roll to try, or just I do it and
I do it, and then let's make it random. Let me write down some numbers. Roll me a d6, and then I won't look until I'm done writing. I'll make that one number 6. And fucking course it's 6. All right, well, let me get this out of the way.
your head blows off your shoulders?
You explode into a perfect bloody circle onto
You
the
get
ground.
everything that Matt didn't want you to get.
Straight into
Oh my! He was
into a
ready.
perfect
Receive
circle. That's
visions of the great
3.14.
tree.
He was ready for this.
for a different reason, but the outcome is basically the same. But I wasn't gonna put you guys here yet, but you know it does the same fucking thing. So as Inslee begins to commune with the Fae, searching specifically for this like outer peace, he is almost like drawn into it. And it's not just him, it's also Carson, Uncle Mountain, almost the Dwark, but the Dwark just outright fucking refuses. He fucking teleports away. He ain't dealing with that shit. So you three are like swallowed into this realm. And when you come to, the only thing that I can describe this as is like a never-ending tempest of moving colors. And at the center point is this tree-like thing twisting in upon itself. And the only thing that you guys have ever seen that, like, feels the same is when you were down in the abyss and one of the great old ones spoke to you. It is the same feeling, just multiplied by a lot more because you are literally in this thing's space.
Did we actually end up somewhere we did not want to be right now?
Maybe. I don't know.
So we're literally just standing in front of a tree.
Standing is not like the correct word for it.
Existing.
Existing is the correct word for it. You are existing in front of this tree.
Inslee calls out, "We come as friends of your herald and Alista, or Alluvia. Was it Alluvia?
Sorry,
It's Alluvia.
Alluvia.
That is that's
Incorrect.
That's not a great start. I will be honest with you.
Because remember,
He's gonna get us killed.
The great old one was the one that killed your mom or your queen.
Yeah.
So you probably wouldn't want to say that.
All right, so as you say that, you are almost overwhelmed by the response you get. Of what you speak is not my champion. And you have this like twisting blackness start to form a face. The face is wearing a cloak that's just like constantly moving. It almost looks like it's on fire, just bursting out at the seams. This entity is holding a staff and an extremely like elaborate piece on its head, and it looks down upon you. I'm not even gonna have you roll for it because it's like a fucking 30, so don't even worry about that.
We are afraid.
This being is legitimately something that cannot be understood. You are looking at an old one.
You mean I'm looking at a secret optional boss from Final Fantasy?
Yeah, I mean.
Oh, is this like one of the weapons? Is this going to take 20 hours?
No.
To beat it?
It's
20
like
hours later.
The random gag boss that has like 2,000 defense but cannot attack you.
That did exist. It was just really stupid. All right. So this thing comes into existence. It looks down upon you. To say that this thing is colossal is incorrect because all you can see is it. It covers up the entire tree, and it's like almost this entire realm is like spiraling around this thing at its center.
It's basically universal.
Well, you are in its universe, and it is, yeah, so I mean, like, close enough, huh?
Planetary.
Your Alluvia serves Gahandor.
Oh, I thought that was you. Sorry, my bad. My bad. Can you point us in that direction? We want to go say hi.
You wish to die?
No, I'd say hi. 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 I don't want to die.
Sorry, he's the face of the group.
I don't know why they put me in charge. I have like 8 intelligence, like
Yeah.
It's because he's pretty.
I am pretty.
He's my patron, I say as I'm like slunk behind Ensley.
I'm sorry. I present myself more
A
notably.
patron of
nobly.
what?
Of the
But
Fae.
bones and dust.
Yeah, that's basically it.
I mean, for right now, we're working on it. We're rebuilding.
The Fae must be returned to its place among existence. For it
So
to
you-
not be harms the balance that we strive to maintain.
Inslee goes into shock. It's like, oh, you actually understand. You know the balance that exists. That's fantastic. You're like the first one.
Gahandor wishes to control, to claim. That is not his place, nor should he want such things. But is
Well-
it not your own that summoned him? And you see these like images just like rapid firing into all your heads of Alluvia taking the spear, accepting the contract.
We were betrayed. We didn't know that was going to happen.
To know or not does not change the fate of what is.
That's a fact.
But what is the Fae is merely a reflection. So can it be destroyed?
It can be appropriated by a force that does not want balance. It can be maladated to a point where it serves another purpose. No longer balance, no longer the freedom of what it once was. It can be a chain that once broken will be the end of your realm.
Well, that is great knowledge. That's why we peered into this realm for great knowledge and guidance. So, you got any good advice before you send us back?
I mean, you're under the assumption that they're just gonna let you go.
Right? Looking around for an exit door. Y'all don't have many doors around here. What can we do for you, great Lord Master?
The one that embodies Gahandor must die. And that connection must be broken for things to return to the balance they once were.
Olivia?
And then she peers into Inslee because Inslee's the one talking. And Inslee, I will give you one shot. What is it that Inslee deep down wants to achieve in regards to Alluvia?
Oh, you want me to say out loud? I want my friend back.
That's the only part that matters. So,
I wouldn't reveal that, but if he's diving deep into my brain, he could see that I want
Correct.
my friend back.
It's literally just between you and this being. No one else would know that. Well, I think you've said it several times, so it's not like new information, right?
Yeah. But I don't think they understand
To what extent?
I
But that
want my friend.
doesn't really matter. You then see this like friendship almost like corrupt itself into you and Olivia standing side by side, you holding the spear, and then just a bunch of nothingness around you. And in the background behind you, you can literally see realms start to collapse because of the imbalance. And then she like snaps you back to the present. This must not happen. And each word you feel like the weight of like a world hitting against you.
I'm sorry.
I mean, I want revenge as much as the next guy. Except that guy, I think he doesn't want it that much.
Carson is just like,
Carson never met Olivia.
Yo, she sucked.
Shut up! She did not. Shut up. She was my friend till she betrayed us.
Carson kind of looks up. I was like, does that mean she was your friend at all?
I mean, she was all right, but she was just cold.
But she betrayed you. Does that mean she was ever your friend?
So here's where it gets a little like, so she was the seeker for the old one. I don't think she ever lied about that. In essence, you could be both a friend to the group and a seeker until the betrayal. So they could technically be friends until that last moment. But so this being looks down at you. Salvation or chaos?
I mean, I gotta protect my mom, dude.
So
I mean,
So those are the options.
in a moment, she like looks and peers into all of you. In Carson, she shows what the fate could be with Inslee as the leader. Funny enough, Inslee is not a complete bumbling idiot that we make him out to be. He is somewhat good at his job, funny enough, and could one day reign. And then she shows literally a bunch of blackness with Inslee sitting all alone on a fucking cold throne. That's what Carson gets to see. Caleb, she gets to show Uncle Mountain him returning home, a veteran warrior, to be heralded as almost a new chieftain among his people, his own mother bestowing upon him the right to rule, or he sees just a bunch of corpses littered around a lonely mountain. And then for Inslee, she sees Inslee holding Olivia's corpse or a spear.
I have to kill my own friend?
she's not your only friend.
All right. No, well, my own friend, not
Oh,
only.
death for mortals can come at a price. You wish salvation. I seek separation. Separation from the one that is Alluvia, from the one that is Githandor.
Is death the only way to separate them?
No.
Can she still make a decision?
Well, the decision's been made. Basically, what you are doing is you are now going to force a separation, but the separation does not have to mean death.
I would like that.
All right, Billy Boy, let's, what's your worst? Is it intelligence is your worst one?
Yeah, it's like a -1.
Go ahead and do intelligence, just a straight roll.
Oh, well, I did a insight. It's the same. It's a -1.
-1, so 12.
11.
I expect it to be a lot worse, to be honest with you.
Oh.
No, it's a 12, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess I rolled
You rolled a 13
13
-1.
-1.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was. That was kind of weird how it came out, though.
I expected it to be a lot worse. I thought it was going to be like a 5 or something, so. I see you have already chosen a pack with a different being, and she shows you the Mind Flayer, who you idiots also made a pact with.
Yeah. Yeah, can you handle that one for us? Just make it kind of go away.
You can.
I can.
Balance in all things. The balance of one or the other. And she shows in this like twisting void Alluvia being alive and the Mind Flare colony being alive. Balance. Life and death. Do you understand, Inslee?
No, but I will take your word for it. If Olivia
Carson,
lives, the Mind Flayers live. If she
Carson,
dies-
would you like to help out Inslee?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. This is my fade visor.
What am I rolling? Just intelligence?
He
Yes.
takes care of the deep thinking for me, and I just act upon it. Carson, what do you say?
14. It's a little better. All right, so I'll say it again. You see Alluvia in one. Carson wouldn't know who she is, but you can kind of like gather that's
Yeah.
who he's talking about. And the Mind Flare colony, which he definitely met. On the other hand, life and death. Do you understand?
Thank you guys for checking out today's video. We post videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for more glorious D&D content. Please like, comment, subscribe, throw it all down below. We always appreciate it, and we will see you guys next week.